Hi there, it's Tracy here from the Papercraft Studio. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm going to show you how I made this cute little gift bag. It's got a little Velcro seal. As you can see, it's quite big inside. You could fit quite a lot. I think it would be good for maybe if you have a wedding to go to, or you know, just for a birthday gift, money, whatever. So I'll go ahead and show you the supplies. Really not a lot you need for this one. So you need a piece of very vanilla cardstock, and this measures 8 1/4 by 5.5 inches. A piece of the Abigail Rose Designer Series paper. This measures 2 inches by 3 7/8. I'll just show you these papers here because they're so pretty. Here we go, these ones up here. So I've used this one here, but I love them all. And just some ribbon, really. Not a lot else. Oh, these little labels are from the crackers, the mini crackers in the annual catalogue. So I'll show you how I did those. Okay, so let me show you the scoring first on the scoreboard. Okay, so on the long side, you need to score at 2 1/8, 3 7/8, at 6, and at 7 3/4. Turn it round, and then you score on the short side at 1.5 inches. Ooh. Come back round to this side, and on these two sections here, which are slightly smaller, these are going to be the sides. You want to score at 3 inches and at 6 7/8, but only down to 3 1/4 inches. So the way I found, sorry, that was a bit crashy. The way I found it easiest to do this, and I'm just going to stand up for this, gosh, look, bringing stuff in on my ruler, is to line my ruler up here at 3 1/4, come to 3. And so I know I'm getting roughly in the right place. And then again at, what did I say, 6 7/8. My ruler's not long enough there. Let's give another one. Here we go. It's only a rough guide, but it just helps to find where you want to go. Okay, scoreboard away. And then on these pieces where you have scored part of the way down, you're going to take a ruler and a stylus, or a gosh, I can't think of my words today, or a bone folder, and you're going to score from this point here down into each of these corners on that section. Okay, so let's go ahead and put those in, and this just creates this little piece at the bottom here. You'll take much more time doing this bit. If you have this in a kit from me, this is already done for you. Okay, so that's all the scoring done. I'm not sure if you can see those diagonals there, but they are there. Okay, so we're going to fold on all the score lines that go right the way down. So we're ignoring these ones and the little triangles. So just these 4 and then this one along here. Grab a bone folder. Give them a little burnish as you go. So I hope everyone's okay. Here in the UK, it's we're up to, well, we're kind of in the middle of a heat wave, and we're just not used to it here. So I'm sure my fellow demo Linda in Australia, who always tunes in, thank you Linda, I'm sure you're more used to it there than we are, but we're a bit rubbish here with it, so we're all struggling a bit in the heat. Okay, so first of all, we're going to come to this edge with the smallest fold, and we're going to cut away this corner rectangle. There we go. We're just going to get rid of that. Come round, and then you're just going to take a little edge off of each end of this flap. So a little flower pot, but it's a long flower pot. It's like a trough. There we go. And then on each of these at the bottom, you can either cut straight up and then flower pot afterwards, but I'm just going to come in and just go either side of this score line. So I'm cutting up a triangle one side to the point, and then the same on this side to get rid of that. Okay, and also we need to do a flower pot on this end. So like I say, you could, if you want, go straight up the middle and then cut a flower pot either side. I call them flower pots, you'll know if you tune in regularly, but because that's the shape that's left. And then also this side. So I just, by doing it just either side like this, you just kind of cut out the middleman. And then one on the end here as well. Okay, so you are left with that. Okay, so I think that's all the cutting done. Let's get some tape on here. So on this edge here, so this is how it's going to fold round. On this folded over edge, you want to put some tape or glue. Now, if you're using glue, just do this bit first. Don't do the next bit of putting the glue on, because you'll get in a pickle. So if you are using glue at this stage, fold those two sections over, so the small one and the next one, and flip that one over, and that will seal. We're just going to, so this is on this side folded over. On the other side, on the second one in from this little flap, you're going to put some tape here as well. Okay, so that's all the tape we need. So go ahead and peel off this one. Leave these for now because you'll get in a bit of a pickle. So I folded over the sticky one and the next one, and then this one just folds to meet it. And then you want to fold in your two smaller tabs here, then the one without the tape, and this is going to be the last one that folds in. And because we've cut the flower pots, it will wiggle a bit, but just line it up as best you can and stick that one down, okay? This just means that the kind of the last bit of the seal points towards the back. Not that anyone's really going to look at the bottom, but you never know, so we want it to be nice and neat. There we go. And the reason we cut the flower pots is so that nothing pokes out either side. If you don't do that, there's a risk how you cut it, you would see a little bit. Okay, so you're going to get your middle fingers and thumbs either side of the box. So we've got the score lines down these two, and then with your index finger just push that in and give it a squeeze at the top. And then as you squeeze, this will start to yield a little bit. Just push here, and that will just fold these bits in to create that little kind of section at the bottom. And again here, just push it, and it will just all start to go where you want it to go. Give it a little squeeze down. I wouldn't go too far, you don't need to, but there we go. So that's how you make the basis of the bag. And then to make this top section here, so I've sized it to use this punch. So if you haven't got this punch, use another die or a different punch. This was kind of the biggest one I had in my stash. This is the Label Me Lovely punch. So I've designed this so that this punch piece just fits across the top nicely there. So you need a scrap of Berry Vanilla, and you're just going to punch yourself one of these, and then you need to fold this in half, and it's neater if you use your scorer paper trimmer, whatever you have. So I want this piece to be the front and back, this nice little design, so I'm going to put it with the flat piece, you still in shot, flat piece here and here, roughly in the middle. Don't worry if you can't quite get it, and then just score that piece. So you're lining it up with this section here. You see we've just got that piece in half, and then just fold over and give it a little burnish. If you don't have it quite exact, you see here there's a little bit of overlap, use the longest piece at the front, and then it's not going to show. Okay, so with your seam at the back, can you see here the little join? That's going to be your back. You're going to stick your designer series paper onto this front panel here. I'm just going to get another glue because I know that one's been let down for a while. And it's, look at that, that's pretty as well. That would work too. So glue on this piece, and what you want to do is line it up at the bottom and the sides. You're going to have a small board around. It doesn't really matter at the top if it's not quite even. These are the bits that are going to show. Okay, and then we're going to put some glue on the back side of this one. So this is going to then stick on here, and you're going to fold that over and you're going to hold it in place. So we just want glue on the piece that's going on the back. So just line it up here and then fold it over to make sure you're in the right place. Slide it over if you need to, and then just hold it in place just for a few seconds, just to make sure the glue sets. And then you will need some Velcro dots. I've just got mine on Amazon. It's quite a big pack, but you can get less than a pack. They're really handy to have anyway for all sorts of boxes. So you need to take one of them, doesn't matter which side you're going to use, and stick it. Actually, I found it's best to use a take your pick tool or poke tool and just position it where you want it to be there, or your scissors. Again, if you have a kit, you'll have these in your kit. And then, sorry, if you have them in a kit, they'll be on a, I've cut the backing with it, so you need to peel it off. And then this one, you peel off the kind of opposing one. Again, I'm just going to use this paper piercing tool, and you're going to stick it directly on top of this one. Okay, it's a bit sticky there. And then fold the whole piece over and just pin it in place. Just squeeze it for a couple of seconds to make sure it's really stuck, and then you'll have it in exactly the right place. Perfect. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is stamp these little labels. So I've gone ahead and cut the labels. Let's put that back on there so you can see what we're up to. I've already die cut these pieces. So I've got one in Smoky Slate. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this little piece out here. One in Smoky Slate, one in Very Vanilla. And I've used the For You from this stamp set here, Simply Fabulous. I really love the font on here, so I knew it was going to be handy. And I'm going to stamp it in Smoky Slate. Now, I've loaded up my blocks for another class next week, so this is going to be, the block's going to be far too big for this one, but it's fine. There we go. For You. Such a handy little sentiment, and there are other great ones on there like Thank You, Let's Celebrate, so good set to get. And then with a mini dimensional, or you can chop one of your bigger ones, we're going to just put one on the back of here and offset it onto this label here. So you line up the holes and you're just going to offset it. And I've offset the Smoky Slate upwards so that it shows against this Very Vanilla on here. Okay, so then I fiddled around with, you see there's a tiny bit of silver thread on here. I fiddled around, tried to tie it like a, you know, like a label, and it was just too bulky. So I went for this in the end, and this is, what are these called? Oh, Simply Elegant trim, that's what they call. So you need a tiny bit like that. So this comes in a pack of gold and silver. This tiny bit here, you're going to pop a glue dot on the back of here. Just quite, ooh, it's come off with my finger, quite near the top. It's so hot here, it's not playing ball. There we go. And you're going to just thread this through the holes, seal that first piece down on the glue dot, and then just bring this piece over the top. So just bring it right over the top and sticking it on that same glue dot. So it looks like you've got a little kind of bit of ribbon on your tag, but it's not really bulky at this end. And then you want to, should we stick the bow on first? Yeah, let's stick the bow on. Okay, so this ribbon is in the new mini catalogue for the autumn winter, and it's a Satin-Edged ribbon. You can see here it's pretty gold. So you need about about 8 or 9 inches. So you can either tie a bunny ears bow, so the 2 loops, and then you tie these loops in a knot, or you can do a traditional bow and just come round like this. Now, I will say it's not the easiest ribbon to tie because it bounces up quite a lot here. So hold the knot, pull these ends again, and then just keep pulling it. Just keep doing that until you get the size bow that you want. Because like I say, it's a little bit springy. Very pretty, but springy. There we go. That looks okay. So I'm going to pop a glue dot on the back of there, on the back of the little knot. Okay, and then stick this in the middle of your gift bag, little flap over. Now, if you don't like how these are laying, for example, this one wasn't plain ball, I've popped a little glue dot under there. This one's now gone a bit crazy because we've used it in class a lot, but I don't actually mind how this one's laying. Take some sharp scissors and just trim off however much you want off the ends. There we go, that's fine. And then mini dimensional on the back of this label, have it quite near the top, because what you want to do, I haven't taken the backing off yet, but you want to tuck it up here, but only attach it to this lid. So let's go ahead, take that backing off, and you can slide it under a little bit of the ribbon, however you want it to be really, so that you know when you open it, that comes with it. Oh, not quite far enough over, am I? Only just got in there. There we go. You can always move your mini dimensional. So there we have it, your little Abigail Rose gift box, perfect for a little wedding gift or birthday. Hope you've enjoyed making it. Take care, see you soon, bye.